Davao is coming to life. It's colourful, it's bright, it's breezy, and I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Where am I? Well, I'm in a breezer mall. Look at that. Oh, looks great, doesn't it? Always something new going on in Davao. Today, vlog. Should I or should I not use some money and invest it? 3 options coming up right after this break. Wow, 2 o'clock on a Monday, and I'm downtown. I've just been round the bank, so that's all good. And now I'm in Cafe Gikioino. I'm going to have my panini, my arugula salad, a flat white, and a soda water. They don't have my carrot mahori, or they don't have the carrot mahori, so I missed out on that today. Anyway, the reason I was in the bank today is that I've got this lump sum of money, and I need to keep it in the bank to keep the international expat account open, so it's a value. For the last couple of months I've been thinking about, okay, do I just leave it in the bank account, or do I find something that the bank offer that I can put the money into that doesn't affect the principal, the fund, the money, but earns me a return, and that return can then go to Annie. Yeah, it's a return that I'm not going to see, in theory. So I went to the bank and I spoke to one of their investment people, and do I trust investment people? Not really. You've got to ask a lot of questions, so, and you need to turn around and delve deep into how they fund it, how they charge it, what you get your return, are there clauses at the end, are there clauses at the beginning, what's the payout term, what's the non-payout term, what are the issues, what are the risks, what are the everything that flies through your head when you put in a principle. Anyway, so I went in today. We went in last week when we spoke to them, but they gave us the outline of the portfolios. So the first portfolio is that you move money into, and my thought process was not anything in the Philippines. It's too volatile in this country to turn around and invest stuff. There's too many crooks, scams and everything else that are going on in the back. Whether I should say that, I don't know, but I have. So I turned around and said to the bank, I don't want anything based in the Philippines. So the lady turned around and started talking to me with the bank manager and the financial director of the bank, and they put forward first proposal was that take the initial fund, and you've got to understand, I need to keep this money in the account to keep the expat account running. It's one of the terms and conditions of the bank, so I'm okay with that. But what do I do with that money without infecting it, without putting it somewhere where it incurs a charge, it incurs a decrease because of fluctuation within the markets, and I get my principal back after a period of either 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But I'm not going to be around then, and this is why I said it'll be for Annie. So it's up to Annie what she turns around and does with it. So over the last 3 days we've been looking at the portfolio of 3 accounts, 3 things they're putting forward. The first one is, thank you Rose. First one is,
I'm so sorry, but the Arroyo, sir, is not available for now.
okay, what about the
Rainbow, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, then. Thank you. And lovely girl here. So the first one is that I take that principal fund, I put it into an account that is based with a company called Alliance, based in Germany, and it gives me a return of around 4.5% fixed for a 10-year period. You get a payment at year 3, a payment at year 5, a payment at year 7, and a payment at year 9, cash lump sum, without affecting your or my operational principle. So it looks okay, no problem at all. Comes with death benefits, and comes with health insurance. Now, the downside is, and this is why I was saying about mentioning Annie, is it doesn't cover anybody over the age of 60. Which counts me out, doesn't it? However, you can use the investment and have a designated person that you nominate to pick up the benefits on your behalf because you're too old. That's perfect. Policy number 2 was same company, but you invest in stocks and shares within the German or European market. However, the downside for me come with lots of perks, and they were pushing the perks that your interest could be this, your interest could be that. That it could be. The downside is if the market goes down, the principal is not protected. So I kept away from that one, but the return was about 9.5%, which is pretty good. So I declined that. And the third option was investing in protected bonds and gilts within the Philippines or Southeast Asia, predominantly managed by a Filipino fund. And I turned around and said to the bank, no way. Too much corruption from the very top all the way down. Everybody in the middle is taking a percentage in the Philippines, and you'd invest your money, but it wouldn't be there within a year; it'd be gone. They'd create all of this fictitious funding and paperwork and online accounting and stuff like that. So I turned around and said no to that. So today I went in to ask a few more questions regarding option number 1. Take the principal, invest it for a 10-year period, get interest paid out every 3, 5, 7 and 9 years, and then get your principal back in full at the end of that time period. You get death benefit and you get health benefits included in that period. So I went in today, and we're going back in on Thursday, talk some more, ask some more questions, and let's see what's going to happen. The option is I leave it in an account and it doesn't do anything. It just sits there as a dormant fund, or it gets a little bit of money back that go to Annie, and she can get this little bit of money trickling in every 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 years, and then at the end of the 10 years we take the money again and reinvest that money in a similar portfolio that will give her a 3, 5, 7, 9. So it's not a lot. It's 150,000 peso that it pays every 3, 5, 7 and 9. So it's around 900,000, not 900 million. What an idiot. 900,000. And the fund can't be touched. It's fixed. I'm the owner, but the interest will be paid to Annie. So we're looking at that one now. So I was talking to the bank today, and I asked them, I said, if I get another lump sum of money that I need to put in, can I take out another policy? They turned around and said, yeah, you can take out as many policies as you like, which I find strange, really. Yeah, I do find strange. So, but investment in this country is a non-starter for me anyway. Most of my investment is all done in Europe. I keep a little tab, but we've got to sort that out. But anyway, I was listening to the radio today, digressing slightly. The fuel prices are going up. They went up last Tuesday. Went from 75 to 77. Today they went from 77 to 84, and next Tuesday they're going from 84 to 90 on fuel. Now, yeah, there is inflation, and I understand that, but putting 20 peso to 30 peso on a litre of fuel at the current time is going to be hard for the people, isn't it? It's going to be very, very, very hard for the local people. That means your electricity bill is going to go up again. Yeah, which is what I mentioned last week. Electric cars are going to go up. Gasoline cars will go up. So everybody's going to be asking for a wage increase. So the 570 peso a day needs to go to at least 1,000 a day to cover all of the incidentals that the government are unable to control or manage in the Philippines. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy my salad and I'm going to enjoy my food. But it becomes hard as you stay in the Philippines. And I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. When you turn around and live here for a period of time, and you get used to it costing this amount, and when you try to look at, well, is the life for me, you review it and you say to yourself, is the life here in the Philippines right for me, or should I find somewhere else? I've got a friend who's staying in Thailand. He's now going back to the US in November because he needs to sort out some of his financials in the US, because his financials over the last 3 years have changed because of law and legislation that's changing in the US. A bit like why I've got to go back to London in September to sort out my financials in London, because the government keep moving the goalposts, and what they're looking at is they want to tax you on everything now, including your pension. But anyway, so I'm going to do that with the bank, and that will just trickle down a little bit into Annie's account, and she'll be happy getting that little bit of coin every now and again. So it's very, very good. But life is good. But if I was to go back to the UK, it would become very, very difficult for me to deal with the increases, the taxes, the charges, the bank fees. Wouldn't have a car, couldn't afford it. Would I be able to afford council tax in the UK? I don't think so. I'd have to rent. Yeah, maybe a caravan on the beach or something like that. Let somebody else pick up all of the hardship. Renting in the UK is becoming a bit difficult at the moment, because there's a major bank called Lloyd's Bank that is buying up 500 to 1,000 rental properties every year. Does that say something about the banking system? What do they know that's going on, that they're buying up houses and renting the houses to people? Is that saying that the UK is going to be a country where you can't own your own house? You're not going to be able to own your own house. You're going to have to rent property for the rest of your life. And the people that will turn around and take the rental money will be the banks and the venture capitalists and the landlords. I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that at all. Don't agree. I think there needs to be laws passed where people should be able to buy their own property They've set down their own family values, not be beholden to offshore investments and banking groups that are manipulating the market, and they have the inside track on the boom and bust of the property world. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. My food's coming. Take care.